Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreath.
The clouds are starting to build up over the skies in Grants Pass. This view coming courtesy of the Tap Rock Northwest Grill. The skies are getting darker and darker. The relative humidity, it's going up 72% right now, 57 degrees in Grants Pass. And that's because we do have this atmospheric river that is finally starting to make some inland progress. Now, we kind of deal with this a lot in rainfall setups within the valleys, but there's often a dry layer in the valleys that has to be kind of eroded. And so even though we didn't see any rain falling from that vantage point in Grants Pass, I think eventually this atmospheric river will do the work. It will erode the dry layer, and then rain will finally start to come down in Grants Pass. A little bit later in the day, this will finally eke its way into Medford, into portions of the Shasta Valley. This model being a little bit timid with it, but just from what we're seeing visually on the radar right now, we know that this is kind of running ahead of what the models are thinking. So I think by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, come time for you to run any afternoon errands, you'll probably run into some rain within the Rogue Valley. And by midnight, the models are agreeing on this. I think this is probably on this corridor in northern Klamath County going along the Cascade Ridgeline into northern portions of the Shasta Valley. And so we'll more than likely have rain by then in all those locations I just mentioned. But come time for Thursday morning, this could be a bit of a messy commute really everywhere in the west side, getting into portions of the east side down into Siskiyou County. But look what it does on Thursday. It doesn't move a whole lot throughout the course of the day. And that's because the cold front that is driving this atmospheric river will kind of get hung up in some of the terrain. It'll also just stall out in general. So what that means is that if it actually does stall out in the locations that we're thinking, we could have an exceptional amount of rain fall in portions of the east side. And that would be phenomenal news, just given the exceptional drought that we have. And then here's some even more good news. On Friday, another storm system will bring some additional rain and snow chances. Over the next 48 hours, we're still thinking that the best rainfall totals will be along the coast, but the Rogue Valley will see a decent amount of rain as well. And if that forecast verifies, if the atmospheric river actually stalls out the way we think it could, this will have to be adjusted. We could get over 1/10 of an inch of rain there on the east side, so definitely fingers crossed for that. As the cold front passes on Thursday, temperatures, they drop, snow levels, they will follow suit. So that means that we could have some decent snowfall accumulations, not really on the east side, but up in the Cascades, anywhere between 4 to 8 inches in some of the highest terrain. And even some of our passes could get a little bit slippery. And again, this runs through Friday morning, so anywhere between a trace to an inch could fall there at Siskiyou Summit. Today, the atmospheric river will start to slide inland. Again, the timing of that is up for debate, but I think by tonight, there will be no debate. We'll have rain and even a little bit of snow up there towards Crater Lake, down into the west side valleys, and of course along the coast. As the cold front passes, our temperatures that are going to drop by a pretty substantial clip, anywhere between 15 to 20 degrees, and rain chances will finally start to dwindle down as we head into the weekend. So it'll be nice to finally break out of this wet pattern just temporarily and to see a little bit of sunshine, and that's exactly what we'll get there along the coast. And then for Siskiyou County, I think a lot of that rain starts to move in a little bit later today, but especially Thursday and Friday. It's looking like the Shasta Valley will get a decent amount of rain before we clear things out for Sunday. On the east side, we are really just hoping and praying that that atmospheric river will stall out over the east side, because of course, that is where the worst drought conditions are. So really, I can't iterate this enough. We're really hoping that pans out. And then up in the Cascades, of course, with the lowering snow levels, we'll get a decent amount of snow going into Friday, going into Saturday. Those past conditions could become a little bit slick to snowpack Friday morning and Saturday morning. Then for the Rogue Valley, it looks like our rain chances will peak tonight. Going into Thursday, things start to taper off over the weekend.
Okay, looking forward to hopefully seeing some sort of dent made on our drought monitor tomorrow.
Yeah, well, if it doesn't happen tomorrow, kind of the timing of it is we're going to have a lot of rain on Thursday when the drought monitor comes out. So hopefully next week we'll see even more improvements.
Well, that's convenient how that works. Don't
yeah,
we love that?
Love that timing.
Love that timing. Thanks, Josh.
Of course.